Welcome back. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I think we're good to go. Sorry about last time, guys. My microphone was muted because of XSplit and the settings. I've got XSplit up here now. I'm positive it's working this time. I'm going to double check my settings as well. Tools, settings, make sure my microphone is working because last time it wasn't yet. So my microphone should be on now. You guys should be hearing audio. Terribly sorry. I'm only on a single monitor as well. Thank you for the person who sent me a message to my phone. I don't even have internet on my phone. It's just, yeah, it's a long story. But let's get into the deals. International deals. I'm going to put time codes in the description after the live stream's finished. I'm going to put time codes in the top pinned comment as well if you're on a smartphone. And also, we're going to get straight on into it. So first up, we're going to have Aliexpress International Deals. So believe it or not, Aliexpress do have some decent deals. Then we're going to go into the US. Then we're going to go into Australia. Then we're going to go into the UK. So let's get the first deal up. $30 eBlue keyboard shipped to your door. Now also, with some of these Aliexpress deals, if you're living in Fiji or somewhere remote, check your import custom laws because there may be a threshold, or if so, you've got a really low level, like you can't import something over $20, then you may just wish to ask the seller to mark it down. If they can't, then you may wish to not buy it at all. But also with that, $30, great keyboard, blue switches. I've got one of these at my house. Phenomenal value for money, one of the best value for money keyboards you can get, bar none. And also, next up, Razer Deathadder, $30. That's with the box. If you don't mind not having the box, you can save $7.50. This is a phenomenal mouse for palm grip users. If you're playing CSGO, whatever you want to do, this mouse is really good. Me personally though, I'm a claw grip guy. I've got this Roccat little lure here. So yeah, I'm a claw grip kind of fingertip gripper. If you're a palm grip gripper, this one is definitely one to pick up for 23 bucks. Also, all the links will be in the description below, so you can check out all the links on the deals. They're good to go. Next up here we have 2 gigabytes of DDR2 memory. 2 gigabytes. So $6.80. Now you grab 4 sticks. LGA 775 motherboard. Cheap X5460 or an E5450. And you get yourself a little cheap gaming PC. Now a lot of these motherboards are coming up in old PCs that people are throwing out. A lot of the times it might only have 2 gigabytes of RAM. You get 8 gigabytes of this stuff for 28 bucks. Shipped to your door, and you get yourself a gaming PC. You'll be able to couple it with a 1050, which we'll show you later. Have a great deal. $7 gaming mice. Now I heard about cheap gaming mice from AliExpress. This one has all the bells and whistles that you would need and then some. Now this is a funny thing because it's got all frills, it's got all gimmicks, but it's got 5000 DPI too. So for $7, I think you can't go wrong. I think even if you're going wrong, you'd be going right. If that makes any sense. So anyway, have it gaming mice. As they would have it, this gaming mice is a clone of, I think it's the Zowie mice. I think it's a copy of that. And for 13 bucks, it's a pretty cheap copy too. So you can get some good money off that, 50% off. Ooh. And now, VTG 5. CPU cooler, $28. I've tried one of these before. They're extremely good value for money. You get 2 fans included, 2 towers in the one cooler. I've cooled down an X5470, 4.3 gigahertz on this cooler. I've done a 3770K, 4.8 gigahertz on this cooler. Now with that, that's such good value for money off this cooler. Like I'm trying to think of what the temperatures were. 25 degrees ambient temperatures too. So if you were living in Iceland or something, you could probably get higher overclocks than me as well. So that's a deal. Now, since I've tried that company, VTG, they've also got an all-in-one liquid cooler here for 57 bucks shipped to your door. So I'm going to give this a try. I actually might give this one a go for $57 shipped anywhere in the world. If you're in Europe or somewhere like that, this is a really good deal. Because I know there's guys constantly telling me on Twitter, hey man, I'm living in Europe. I'm getting terrible internet speeds. Actually, no, not terrible prices. What's Bangkok doing to me? That's something I got to ask myself. Okay, next deal we got up here. We're going into the US deals. $400 for an ultra-wide 34-inch monitor, IPS, 95 Hertz. This thing is extremely good value for money. You can't... Man, there's some crazy noise going on in my room too. Anyway, All you need to know is this is an absolute deal for what you're getting. It's a really, I've got an ultra wide at my place, but I paid like $1,000 for it. This one's similar. It doesn't have the QD LEDs, but it's $400 and it's got 95 Hz refresh rate. So that one's, I see that one selling out pretty quickly because it's extremely good value for money. Now next up, Cooler Master 212, $15, and that's really all that needs to be said. So that's just, it's a bargain, guys. If you're cooling down a, say for instance, X3460, which is a 4-core 8-threaded CPU, if you're cooling that down, if you've got even just a cheap 4-core 8-thread that you picked up somewhere, this thing will do a good job of cooling that. Now, I wouldn't couple this cooler with any 6-core 12-threaded CPU, maybe a Ryzen 5 1600 if you're going for like a cookie cutter, 3.8 gigahertz overclock, but honestly, the Ryzen stock cooler included will do a pretty good job as it is. So this one's really good if you want to get a better than Intel really crappy stock heatsink fan, and for $15 does an extremely good job. So I can recommend this thing at $15 day in, day out. I might even buy a few of them after this stream's finished. Stock up for coolers because I'm always needing coolers like these in a lot of the budget builds that I do. That's really good value. Now, 400 watt power supply. I was going to say before, thank you as well. Thank you very much for letting me know my mic was muted, because before that we were talking about 400 watt power supplies. These power supplies will power practically any build out there on non-overclock builds. Like if you're going to get a 4-core 8-threaded CPU, GTX 1060, a 400 watt power supply is going to be enough. I know a lot of people out there are like constantly recommending, oh, you need at least 650 watt power supply. I mean, that might be true for a 1080 Ti and like a 8-core 16-thread Ryzen 7 1700 and you're overclocking both. But 400 watt power supply is going to do a lot of system builders justice. i5 8400, GTX 1060, or even a GTX 1070, I think will go well on this power supply. It will run. You also got a 2-year warranty, and you're good to go. So a lot of system builds, even Ryzen 5 1600, overclock that with a GTX 1060. Something like this is going to be great. For $20, you cannot go wrong. If you're on wrong street, then you would have made a left turn right into Right Avenue. So next up. Okay, this one is in stock very soon, 3 days. $100, Supernova G2. Now what I was saying here, 10-year warranty. So that in itself, so you're paying $100 for a power supply. You're getting a 10-year warranty, gold rated, 850 watts at your disposal. This thing will be able to do SLI with a lot of system builds. But if you're into just one extremely powerful CPU, you want to go get a Threadripper, Ryzen Threadripper 16-core, you want to get a 7900X, and you want to get a 1080 Ti and have just a massive system, then something like this is going to be great. Not only that, you can just keep using this power supply in future builds. So you can change it over from your current beautiful system to the next beautiful system, and the next beautiful system after that. For $100, you cannot go wrong. So, next up. This is probably one of the best deals here. GTX 1050, $88. And really, for a lot of guys who are building OEM systems like HP systems or Dell 4 cores with 8 gigabytes of RAM, you know, like the old i5 2400 builds, which go for really cheap, like $120. Get one of those systems, chuck one of these graphics cards in, you get yourself extremely good value for money. So that's a really good deal. 1050. That thing will sell out very soon. $88. Go get yourself a GTX 1050, man. Okay, next up. GTX 1080 Mini, $500. Now, the word mini is kind of like a little bit, I don't know, it's not really a mini graphics card. It's sort of like a GTX 660 PCB size with a cooler that's got 2 fans on it. This thing will do an absolutely fine job. If you want to overclock it, of course, it might start tanking a little bit, but out of the box, this thing will be great. For $500, it's the cheapest GTX 1080 I could find in the US at the moment. Not only that, yeah, 1080 performance. You don't even have to worry about getting a 1070 Ti. So there it is. Next deal, 1050 Ti. $130, not as good as the other two in my opinion, but still a decent deal. $130 if you need something small. You want to get your 4 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory instead of 2 gigabytes. You're like worried about future proofing. You're worried about some unoptimized game causing you headaches, and you want to put your settings on ultra, and you want to tank your frame rates, but you want to utilize all that VRAM. This one might be for you guys, okay? But seriously though, when it comes to VRAM, just something quick. If you sort of maxing out your VRAM, lower the settings a little bit. I mean, I think 2 gigabytes is still fine for a lot of 1080p titles, but I think coming into it, 3 gigabytes will sort of be the sweet spot coming into the next year. And then of course 4 gigabytes will give you a little bit of future proofing, but in a couple of years you're probably going to be ready to upgrade your graphics card anyway. So next up here, Sennheiser Game 1 gaming headset. Look at that, $85 off. So you're getting 33% off. $165. Sennheiser makes some really good headphones. I believe these are based off the HD 598s, and they've got a really good microphone attached to them. So you're getting this is one of the few proper gaming headsets done right. And at $165, bang, pick yourself up a deal. Next up here, we've got Corsair Hydra series H100i V2, $85. So if you're getting a Ryzen 5 1600, Ryzen 7 1700, we're going to talk about those CPUs a bit later, but you're getting yourself at 8600K, 8700K. This cooler is going to be the one for you. It does extremely well. At least the testing I've done, something like this does a phenomenal job of cooling CPUs. And it does a lot better than the air coolers too. So Corsair really have done a good job on this cooler. Like, they say they've used a different plate, and that's true because I've tested this against some other all-in-ones and it has beat them in the past. So next up, SSD, 525 gigabytes, MX300. Now there's going to be some cheaper 480 gigabyte SSDs out there for sure. You're going to be able to probably get one maybe $120, $110, but for a little bit extra money you're going to get something that's consistent. The Crucial MX300 is one of the sort of cheapest consistent SSDs that I can recommend. I've thrown this thing through some extreme torture tests and it just keeps on going. It does extremely well. So for $130 you're going to be getting an SSD that's not going to clonk out on you. Some of the other SSDs that I've tested in the past, they go really well, but after 10 gigabytes or so, whatever, a certain write level, they just tank. This one doesn't. So that's why I can recommend this one. Anyway, next up here, Sony 43-inch 4K Ultra TV. And if you want something, so it's got HDR as well. If you want something like this, you're going to get $150 off, 20% off. And I love Sony TVs. Practically every TV I've had in the last 10 years has been a Sony. That might stop though, because there is a deal I'll pull up for the Aussies, so that might change. But this one's really good for $600. And then we got next up here, Audio Technica ATH 8700X headphones. These are really good if you're into positioning. So if you're playing CSGO, even PUBG is actually really dependent on sound. If you got crap sound, it's actually funny because I met up with some of the viewers last night. We had just a bit of dinner and drinks, and one of the guys said he had never got a chicken dinner in PUBG. And then we talked about audio and stuff, and he was just using his monitor's sound. And I was like, damn, man, you got to get some good headphones. Everyone at the table was like, whoa, you got to get some good headphones, dude. And yeah, like, that's it. PUBG games where you need positioning, FPS games, headphones are so important. So this one here, ATH 8700X, is extremely good. One of the best headphones you can get for 3D positioning. $103, you're saving quite a bit. I think even in Japan, that's where they make them. I think they're around about $150 there, cheapest online price. So that's a pretty good deal. Next up here, a Zeus 144 Hertz monitor, 24 inches, $170. So you can get into PC gaming with 144 Hertz. Grab yourself a GTX 144 Hertz. 1080p, 1070 would be about right. GTX 1070. You will need a good CPU, or at least an overclocked CPU. Ryzen 5 1600 overclocked. 8400, 8600K. These are all these CPUs that will do 144 Hertz, no problems on pretty much every game. Of course, I'm going to do some other tests with some of the used CPUs, see how they go. But that's a really good deal. Now, we're moving over to the Aussie deals, because you don't have long. If you're an Aussie, you don't have long. I think this 10% coupon code runs out in literally 3 hours, 3.5 hours. This coupon code will be finished. So it's called Pantone, Pantone. Now on checkout, get the coupon code, drop it in, save 10%. So I've pulled up this one here, Inno3D, iChill X4 Ultra. Drop in the coupon code. You're going to get this thing for 900 Australian dollars, shipped to your door. Wait, actually, $920 because he charges $8 postage. So you'll get that shipped to your door. I've tried the Inno3D iChill coolers in the past. They do a really good job. They're quiet. They do a good job of cooling, so I can recommend them. This one is probably the biggest and baddest of Inno3D's lineup for their graphics cards. Next up, another. For some reason, the Inno3Ds are going on really good prices. 10% off. Use Pantone. Get this cooler. Sorry, not cooler. GPU with the cooler for 665 Australian dollars. So that's a deal. Another deal. Another day, another deal. Next up, Ryzen 5 1600. If you're in Australia and you're looking to get a really good deal on getting into PC gaming, this CPU, $259, take 10% off. You're going to get around 230 Australian. So that's a really good deal. You can't miss out on that. And for motherboards, there's only one guy selling this for this price. So you grab the coupon code X370 motherboard, 140 Australian, shipped to your door with the Ryzen 5 1600. That is extremely good. Not to mention, this is a pretty solid motherboard. So if you want a bit of future proofing as well, you want to get onto the next Ryzen CPU architecture, Zen 2, then this motherboard will definitely handle it with a BIOS update, because AMD have promised that these motherboards will remain relevant till 2020. So bang, look at that. There's also, if this one gets sold straight away, I'll also update the description with some other links as well. So I think there's someone else selling them for around 170 bucks, but grab the coupon code, chuck it in, you'll get yourself an extremely cheap X370 motherboard. Now, next up here, 8600K. These are hard to get still. I mean, I was told that they would come into stock a lot more abundantly in December and January. But for $418, take 10% off. $380, 8600K. In my opinion, it's the CPU to get for gamers for I'd say for the next 2 years. I mean, as long as the PS4 and as long as the Xbox One are using 6 cores, that's going to be all your console ports are going to be using 6 threads. I mean, sorry, they're using 8 cores, but 6 threads are dedicated to gaming. The other 2 cores are dedicated to something else. But as long as that's happening, your 6-core, 6-threaded CPU is going to be extremely relevant. Also with that, we have the 6-core 12-thread, but that does use more power, and it does cost more. So with that, you can save a bit on a cooler. You can use a 120 all-in-one on an 8600K, get good results, and use an entry-level Z370. As opposed to the 8700K, I'd recommend stepping it up on both the motherboard, and I'd go with a 240 all-in-one if you wanted to get good overclocks. So anyway, next up, for this same CPU, we got the ASRock Z370 String 4. Really good onboard audio. They put solid VRM on all their motherboards, especially like lately. ASRock have been on their game. $198, plus you got to pay $10 shipping, but you get 10% off on top of 9% off, so that's a really good deal. I'd be buying that if I was building a sort of high-end gaming rig with a 1080 Ti. I'd be getting this 8600K, and I did have a cooler up here. No, the cooler disappeared. Maybe the VTG 240 or the $25 air cooler, and you'd be home and hosed. Next up here, Corsair LE200 240GB SSD, 119 Australian, take 10% off. That would be 108 shipped to your door. Now, I've tried the Corsair Force LEs. They're pretty good. They're great value for money, and that's really all that needs to be said about them. They're just a solid drive, especially for the coin. Anyway, next up, Panasonic 55-inch OLED 4K UHD smart TV. I've actually, after I finish this live stream, I'm going to be calling up my brother because he wants to get an OLED TV. He wants to actually buy a 4K TV at the moment. I'm going to be like, look, get on this because you can save a couple of $100. So this is apparently one of the best TVs out there at the moment. So the Panasonic 55-inch OLED, fantastic. So you get it for around $225, $2,250 or something like that. It'll be close to that. And plus you got $30 shipping. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, that's the Aussie Deals. I think that's the Aussie Deals done. Aussie Deals. Now we're moving over to the UK. We're jumping on a flight, Midstream, we're going over to the UK. GTX 1060, 170 pounds, 170 quid, mate. Great graphics card if you just want to get into PC gaming, play at 1080p, play a bit of PUBG, play whatever game you want to play, because this thing will do it. Great 1080p gaming graphics card. Now also with that, 4K TVs, we're not going to skip the UK, because we have here 350 quid for a 43-inch Ultra HDR LG TV. So 4K, HDR. What more do you want? 350 quid, mate. Now, I think, yeah, the UK guy, yeah, everyone in the UK uses mate too. Because down in Australia, we all like, mate, yeah, mate. In the UK, they're all like, yeah, mate. 29 quid, mate. Logitech G430 headset. Look at that one. That one ends pretty soon. So the sale ends in 13 hours, but a pretty decent headset. I mean, it's not, of course, not the best headset you're going to get because £29, but for the money, it's going to be a great headset. And there's no denying that. Now, I realized special deals, CPUs and motherboards in the US. I'm actually going to put another time code in because I completely skipped these out. But here we go. Last deals we got up here. Ryzen 7 1700, $240. You really, if you're getting into anything PC, 8 cores and 16 threads is always a great thing to have. This thing, you can overclock it as well. 240 USD. Absolutely love what this thing's bringing to the table. Yeah. Enough said. Like Ryzen 5 1600 for $190 or this for $240. I'd spend that extra $50. Get the extra 2 cores and 4 threads. You're going to be loving this thing. You'll be able to go AFK for a couple of years and still come back and play games. That's how good this thing is. Next up, if you want a cheap motherboard with this Ryzen 7 1700, $70 for the B350 Plus from a Zeus. Great motherboard. You'll be able to clock, I'm guessing around 3.8 gigahertz on the Ryzen 7 1700 out of the box with this motherboard. That's value for money right there. Next up, Ryzen 7 1800X. If you want to get the best binned Ryzen 7 chips, the 1800X, I think the majority, like, or at least half of them, go to around 4 gigahertz. So this chip is the sort of like the special one. They're the same essentially as the Ryzen 7 1700, but $320, you're laughing. Now, if you want a good motherboard for that, this is the motherboard I use in my Ryzen system, X370 Taichi. Now, I just uploaded a video changing over to, you know, Coffee Lake, but this is going to be my AMD benchmark rig. Did I say that in the video? But I don't know if I did. But this machine here is becoming my AMD benchmark system, and I'm using the X370 Taichi because, in my opinion, it's the best Ryzen board out there. Feature-packed, onboard audio is great, VRM is exceptional, BIOS is great, $185. So if you're like looking to get high-end Ryzen, this would be it. These two parts here. Next up here, we got the X370F Gaming though, a Zeus. They're bringing in a really solid deal here, and you even get, I think you get a post-purchase rebate as $15 as well. So this is just a solid board for the money in general. The Strix series, especially the F series, is kind of like your solid, sort of like well-balanced for the money for overclocking. I don't think it includes wireless though. I think the E includes wireless, the F doesn't. So that's about it, guys. So yeah. Any questions? If you also have deals of your own as well, drop them in the comment section below, because I'm going to move over to chat now. We'll have a bit of a chat. I'll move over. Any questions, guys, before we... So if you got any questions, then let me know, guys, because we'll just finish it off and we'll just answer some questions, because I'm moving into the questions now. This is my live dashboard. The stream health is good. And any RAM deals. I think Newegg had some RAM deals. I just I completely forgot about Newegg. Like when I was in the US, I tried to use Newegg, but I found it so difficult. So how many people out there buy from Newegg versus Amazon if you're in the US? Because yeah. So anyway, so yeah. Also, what am I doing in Bangkok, guys? I am doing I'm going to the Galax OC event. That's tomorrow morning. So that starts off tomorrow morning at Pantip Plaza in Bangkok. If you guys are in Thailand and you're in the city, then definitely come to this event. Say hello, because afterwards I'm planning to go out and have some drinks and dinner And so yeah, if you're in Thailand, come out and hang out with us. So also as well, going to the Galaxy IC event, so really good. And then really that's about all I was here for. So yeah, I know guys, the naming, I know. No, I'm not doing any of that. Not banging anything unusual. Don't worry. So, and now, guys, the questions coming. Okay. Wow, I'm losing all the questions here. Okay. Any deals on? Oh yeah. Also, with some of the graphics cards in the US, it's hard. Like I couldn't find any 1060 deals. If they do come up, make sure you get on them quickly. Like if you see a few prices that you know are better than what you could get it for, say, a week ago, jump on that, because chances are that deal's going to get done. So there's also I'll add some deals as I go along. Don't worry, I'll update the description. If there's any real hot deals you guys see, I'll update the description, throw them in. I'll try and look for some memory, because I think Newegg had some good prices on DDR4 memory, especially compared to other retailers. So yeah, anyway, the chat is going a little bit crazy, guys. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. And yeah, Blue Titan, I noticed you, man. I notice all you guys. Don't worry. Love yous all. If you... Oh, that's not good. Anthony, that's not good at all, man. Okay. Slow mode sort of does keep it civil, though. Bogan Deals, when is the next Gumtree video? That will be next month. I usually do that at the start of the month. And yeah, so the used parts deals, I do them at the start of the month usually. And then I do the used PC as well, because it's a monthly thing. I love doing it. That's one thing that I'm committed to on the channel. As for the live stream, got to wait for better internet. The internet I've got here at the hotel in Bangkok is 4 megabits up. Now in Australia, I've got 1 megabit up. This is on some random hotel internet. This is why I decided to do a live stream, because the internet here is so much better than it is in Australia at the moment. So I get my NBN from 1st of January. When that happens, I'll be live streaming a lot more for you guys. Jax James, I didn't know, man. Thanks for letting me. And Jumbo Monkey, I noticed you, dude. Don't worry. I noticed all you guys. Thanks for commenting as well. Tonight, if you guys are in Thailand as well, I'll be going to a nightclub called Route 66. So if you guys are out, I heard it's really good. I also met a streamer as well. He's in Thailand. He's doing like he gets like 7,000 concurrent viewers, man. This guy like was the real deal for doing Dota 2 streaming. So yeah, it was really cool. Meeting a lot of people out here, loving it. And also don't leave. Okay. Yeah, because I want to like yeah, nightclub. I'm gonna check out the nightclub scene in so this will be like after hours. I'll just cut this off when like the video goes live. I can just cut this end part out. So no worries, guys. We'll just hang out live, and then yeah, after this is done, I'll just cut the end of this video off. We'll just talk about anything. Let's do it. Yeah, Route 66. I just said I want to check out some nightlife in Thailand. Everyone was telling me this nightclub was one of the best. So yeah, gonna go check it out. Yeah, also with the 1366 builds, I'm going to be doing a lot more of them. A lot more P55 1366 builds coming. When I get back to Australia as well, the Great Showdown is happening as well. The two new CPUs versus that X6 core, X5650. And that's going to happen. Don't worry. I'm getting on my game when I get back to Australia, man. No more hold me back. So, actually, I did something hold me back at the moment. As soon as I docked into Thailand, I got a thing called Bangkok belly, so that was real. That knocked me out for a day. So anyway, guys, yeah, we're doing live chat. Why not? Just go in the comments if you guys have questions. I'll just we'll stay around and chat, because yeah, we did all the all the deals. They're really good deals, and yeah, all the deals are there. They're in the description. Awesome. And I'll update if you guys know any really good deals as well. I'll update the description. So, all right. So, look on ebuy.com. Great bargains, mate. Okay, I'll check it out. Thanks, Daniel. I will check that out, and we'll update if there's some really good deals on eBuy. We'll drop them in the description. So, and these are the COS headphones as well. They're really good for traveling. So even though they look terrible, they're a really good set of headphones. If you're getting into PC gaming, getting a pair of these is actually really good, because you can use them when you go out to the gym or whatever and you want to exercise. So, okay, let's talk. Okay, what is the best purchase you have ever had? Oh, man. I'd have to think. Like, I'd say that, like, the League of Legends $10 PC, that was incredible. Or was it $5? I paid 6 something. Oh, I forgot. I absolutely forgot. That was probably one of the best deals that I ever got because it was so cheap, and I turned around and flipped it for what? I forgot how much. $60 or $70. So that's like a 600% profit. So that was really good. The recent 1050 Ti deal I got was extremely good for 110 Australian. That was really good. Also, some of the chips that I got, like, yeah, there's just good deals all the time, guys. Extremely good deals. You just got to hunt for them. What? Oh, man. The chat's starting to get bad now. Okay. And yeah, I do play games. At the moment, I'm playing Destiny 2 and Dota 2. They're kind of like my two favorites at the moment. Peter M, thanks, man. What's up? Not much, dude. Just what's up at the moment? I'm just drinking a bit of water. Galax have a dinner going on at this hotel, I think, at 7:15 p.m. So I've got to look at my time. Like, it's 8:45 Australian time at the moment in Queensland, and here it's 5:45. So in an hour and a half, I'll have to go to dinner, and I still got to have a shower and get ready and stuff like that. So, yeah. Okay, so one big thing a lot of people are asking me lately, so maybe there's some kind of new virus going around, but a lot of people, and I've actually on the Gold Coast in the last 2 weeks, I've fixed up 2 people's computers who have had this random problem where their disks are getting stressed like 100%, literally all the time. Yeah, so I haven't seen it on my computer yet, but if you guys have Resource Monitor open, if you're having stuttering, check your Resource Monitor and make sure your disk isn't getting stressed at 100%, because that will cause stuttering, because background processes will start lagging and then they'll start crapping themselves, and this will come through in games. So yeah, that's something I've been seeing a lot lately. So could be, yeah, I don't know what it could be. So I didn't really look that far. I'm just like, look, let's just reinstall Windows, clean this thing up, and yeah, it cleaned up. So it was something wrong with their software. So yeah, exactly, because why not? That's exactly right. All right, so yeah, if you guys, let's just hang out. I mean, I can hang out for another 20 minutes at least, another 20 minutes, half an hour. So what is my main job at the moment? This is it. This is my main job, is YouTube. I turned it into a job. The adpocalypse was pretty hard. That's getting better now, though. For some reason, I haven't had a video demonetized in like the last 5 videos. So fingers crossed, that's gonna go well. So I haven't had a video demonetized for a while now. So things are starting to pick up a bit. Yeah, I mean, at around 250k subs, the money isn't like mad bucks, you know what I mean? I'm not living it up. Sort of still, you know, being a bit of a tight ass, but hey, I can survive off it, and things are getting better. So I think the content's getting a lot better because, like, I've gotten over a lot of crap that happened in the past. So the content's getting a lot better because of that, I think, because, you know, my energy's coming back, getting back on the right path, going to the gym 3 times a week, just staying healthy. Healthy mind, healthy body, brothers. May even make it, if you guys want to see like a different video, I might even do like my hermit workout routine, like just like full on, you know, like I sit in front of a chair editing videos and all kinds of crap all day, every day, and like I still go to the gym 3 times a week, you know, stay healthy. So did you check your Twitter deal request links? Oh, I'll add them. So I'll update the description after this video is done, and I'll drop them in the description as well. So yeah, if you guys have any really good deals, I'll drop them in the description as well. User submitted deals as well. Also Ryzen 5 1600 680 thoughts. 680? Okay, you need to update the graphics card. SLI 680 as well. I wouldn't go for that. 2GB VRAM buffer. That's gonna hurt. Have I tasted thermal paste? Yes, I actually have tasted thermal paste before. It tastes like crap. When is the next studio update? That's coming as soon as I get back. I'm doing that one. So the next studio update, we've got to paint the walls. So me and Dad, man, we're going to be painting walls, making a mess of things, dropping carpet in, and then I got to sort out the desks for the studio downstairs. Once that's done, it's going to be awesome. So Amazon Australia, am I excited? Very excited, because we finally get the Amazon down under. Like, Amazon's so good. If you guys haven't tried Amazon yet, it's just like, you can get, if crap goes wrong, you can get a refund. So easy to buy things. You usually get really good deals as well. So I mean, I've had nothing but good experiences with Amazon's customer service too. So that's just me. So should I crossfire my 7970s? Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of SLI or crossfire, to be honest. Oh, thanks, man. Greetings. So I'm not a big fan of crossfire at all. I'm always like a single GPU kind of guy. It's mainly because, like, if new games come out, they don't support the SLI and the crossfire a lot. Like, sometimes you can just get games that don't support it at all. And even then, I think like PUBG, doesn't it run worse on SLI? That's what I heard. So a lot of the times, if you go for a single graphics card, that's just why. It's just makes life easier. So not to mention, you're limited, especially in your overclocks as well. You're then doubling up on the silicon lottery. So if one of the graphics cards sucks, then the other one's going to be at a detriment because of the other crappy graphics card. So at least with one graphics card, you got your max overclocks, you're good to go. And if you got your golden sample, imagine getting a golden sample and then being held back by a crap graphics card just because you wanted SLI. That's a reality. That could happen. Could happen at any time, man. So, fellow Aussie here, why is RAM so expensive at the moment? Samsung, Apple bought out Samsung's like whole lineup of DDR4. That's one of the biggest reasons. Oh, Steve's in the single GPU shill. Hey, Steve, we've got to do our live patron stream, brother. Come on, man. I've been hounding Steve because I've got good internet here in Bangkok. I got good internet here, so I can do the patron live stream. I really dread doing live streaming on 1 megabit per second. It's like, it's even less. It's like 90 kilobytes per second. Like, that's how bad my internet is. I can't even do proper bit rates on audio. I've got to micro the audio as well. It's so bad. At least 4 megabits per second is good. So a friend is upgrading his girlfriend's PC. Would you say a 1050 Ti or a 1063 gigabytes? Yeah. Oh, actually, no, the price difference, that's actually quite big, man. Price difference is quite big, so... Ooh, that's a tough one, yeah. It depends on what games you want to play, what settings you're comfortable with. Honestly, if you're comfortable with medium and high settings at 1080p a lot of the times, go with the 1050 Ti. So it's going to be saving your money. So, but if you want to step things up, the difference is there. I think it's about, off the top of my head, 1060 is about 50% faster than a 1050 Ti. Even the 3 gigabyte model. Maybe a bit more, 60%. Any good deal? Oh, I don't know, man. Okay, I don't know, Chris. Why do I get 80 FPS on Dota 2 with a 980 Ti and i5 3450? It'd be the i5 3450. That would be the reason why you're having your frame rates limited. You'd have to check that out. Make sure you tune your i5 as best as you can. Get yourself 16 gigabytes of 8 gigabytes at least of DDR4 memory and dual channel. Make sure that stuff's overclocked and tuned if you can. And then, of course, make sure your cache ratio, on Ivy... I forgot, Ivy Bridge doesn't have the option for the Encore, does it? Off the top of my head. So maybe, yeah. But this would be the reason why, not the 980 Ti. Unless something was running like crap. So, okay. Or it could be software as well. So, but honestly, i5 should be good for Dota 2, over 100 frames per second. So, do you reckon you'd have a Coffee Lake CPU without YouTube? No, I wouldn't. Oh, like, you mean like without... So if I didn't do any videos at all, would I buy a Coffee Lake CPU? 8400, definitely, man. This is the Mini ITX rig I'm using at the moment. I'm live streaming on this thing. I'm editing 4K videos. 8400's phenomenal in Mini ITX PCs because you can use that included stock cooler, and I've underclocked it, undervolted it, so it's using like 52 watts or something on full load. So in the in-wind Chopin, it's really good. 8600K, I would go with that too as well. So if I was building a gaming PC for myself, I'd build an 8600K and probably a 1080 rather than a 1080 Ti. I actually don't need a 1080 Ti for for my 1440p ultra wide monitor, because I use high settings. If you guys didn't know, I don't use ultra settings, I use high settings. And so with that, I find if you jack the settings up to ultra, sometimes you get like just like micro stutter. We're talking like bee's dick amount of micro stutter, that if you drop the settings down to high and you sort of lower the AA and stuff, you still get a beautiful picture, but it's just smooth so much. Like, it's just smooth a lot of the times. So with that, I wouldn't need the extra power of the 1080 Ti. So if I was building a new computer, I'd probably go 8600K GTX 1080. That would be me at the moment. Any good mechanical keyboard deals? Yes, AliExpress, $29 E-Blue. They trust me. I mean, the name, you probably never heard of it all before. You probably never heard of the name, but trust me, that keyboard is amazing. I've had a few people on the Gold Coast as well tell me that they've bought that keyboard as well, and they're like, dude, it's legit. It's really good. So I think it's like one of the first links on the AliExpress deals. Did you get your 8700K working? Huh? Did I get... Oh, okay, yeah. So I got the 8700K rig. I did get it working, and it does seem to have fixed the capture card problems. Keep in mind, I only was using it for like a day and a half before I had to head out and leave. So yeah, I won't be able to find out until like at least another month if it's definitely fixed the problem, but it's looking like it will fix the capture card problem. The 8700K though, on the motherboard at the moment, the RAID was really giving me headaches. So I got to wait for a BIOS update to fix that. Hey Blue, what's the tech showdown? What are you guys doing? Okay, what do you think of mini STX form factor? Good. I'm using the in-wind Chopin or Chopin. I just call it the Chopin. Sorry, I just love the name. It sounds legit. In-wind Chopin. This case is really cool. I fit it in my backpack, and it's so lightweight. I got the 8400 in here. If you go any smaller than this, you might have some cooling problems as well. You got to think about cooling problems, and a lot of mini STX builds have an AC adapter, and I hate AC adapters. Like, you've got to carry around this other block. The in-wind Chopin, like, I probably sound like an in-wind shill at the moment, but this case is so good. It's so small. It's got the little power supply built in at the bottom, and it's just perfect for traveling. Like, I can't recommend this thing enough. A lot of people have been like, you know, I'll show you guys too. I might even just make the webcam a little bit bigger. Okay, so we got, I'll pull myself over here. So I'll pull myself over here. This is the setup I'm doing at the hotel. So a lot of people are like, dude, how do you bring just a mini ITX rig? So I've put this little folder in front to block out noise so it doesn't go to the microphone. Little bit ghetto, I know, but hey man, this is how things are. And then we've got the mouse on the desk, audio interface, and there's a little in-wind Chopin there, like so small. Dessert. Look at that, room service. So, and then yeah, that's it. That's my setup, and I just work so much better than I ever could on a laptop. So it's just incredibly good. I'd prefer it over mini STX over a laptop as well, because the mini STX form factors, a lot of time they have the AC adapters, and I'm just not a big fan of it. Can you do RAM overclocking tutorial for Rison? Yeah, I've actually got to get some extremely good memory first. Everyone's telling me the Trident Z's the best, Samsung B-Die. I've actually got to get a pair of that, and I want to do like a Ryzen memory video, and if everything goes really well with that, I'll do a Ryzen memory overclocking tutorial as well, because if I do that, I do want to test a lot of different Ryzen CPUs as well with the memory controllers, so I want to make sure that that's not as big as a factor as I suspect it could be, maybe. Microphone, V67G. It's an amazing mic. The closer you get, the warmer it gets. Oh yeah. And okay, so you're upgrading your PC. Yeah, with a 3750K, 3670K, 3670K, 3770K. Okay, there you go. Okay. Okay, So, okay, Brian, there's a Blue Yeti going on sale on Amazon. I'll update the description with that. Blue Yeti is a pretty good microphone as well, especially with the simplicity of it. Plug it into USB. And, okay. I'm going, guys. I'm going to keep going. I'll just cut off the end of the live stream just because, yeah, it's really not related to tech at all. But, yeah, I haven't hung out with you guys for a while. Like, the Tech Lounge is definitely coming back. We're going to bring that back. It's just I want to get the internet right, the settings right, because I've been watching this live stream, and the health bar has stayed green the whole time. I haven't seen this for a long time, not since I was in Japan and had Japanese internet. So that's refreshing to see that. So anyway, let's hit up some more comments. 1080 Ti for 250 Australian dollars. What? Dude, like if you see a 1080 Ti for 250 AUD, you just go out and buy it. You do not even second guess. You do not even hustle the guy down. You're just like, here's my 250. Take it out of my hands and give me that graphics card right now, mate. Okay, it's got to be right, but the Joker still love. Ugh. Okay, he went too personal, man. That guy crossed the line, man. He knows what he did, and he knows he crossed the line. And I don't know, like he was an adult when he did the crap he did. So I'm never gonna forgive that guy. That was the toughest time of my life, man. And that guy basically kicked me when I was down. And you never kick a man when he's down, man. Jesus. Anyway, how soon till you get the new studio up and running? That will be about, I'm going to try and get it done in the next month before I get better internet. And then can you make a giveaway PC for me? That would be so unfair to all the other viewers out there who support the channel, watch the content. So I wouldn't do that. I'd give it away, give everyone an equal chance. Okay, we are running a giveaway. Tech Deals has got to announce the winners, and then we're going to do another giveaway. I'm giving away one of these. So yeah, I'll be giving away one of these. InWin Chopin 8400. Probably won't have as much memory. Probably will have 16 gigabytes of memory, but 32 gigabytes is just so expensive at the moment. Memory's like, wow. Maybe I'll include 32 gigabytes. Who knows? But it's going to be the ultimate mobile editing rig. You can even play Dota 2 with decent frame rates at 1080p on low settings. I had a few games and it's really good. So you need a motherboard, overclock your 3570K. Any recommendations? 3570K is so easy to overclock. Any Z68, Z77, any of those motherboards, they should handle a 3570K absolutely no problems. They don't use up a whole lot of heat. So yeah, studio update's coming, guys. Already said that like 20 times now. So it's gonna be awesome too, don't worry. Once we get that new studio out, it's gonna be insane. We're gonna have like just content out the you know where, and it's gonna be really cool. So I just can't wait to get that because it's just gonna be streamlined. At the moment I'm in like a shoebox, and it's so hard to like use space because I'm always doing builds, testing out used builds and stuff like that. So I need a lot of room, and that studio is going to be a lot of room. So it's going to be good. Are you getting NBN? Yes. So 1st of January, getting NBN. Being an Aussie, can one of you Australian tech go interview the Singularity's computer crew? I've heard of Singularity's computers. I've heard of him before. He does a lot of custom builds. Yeah. I'm so busy, like I don't know where he is. If he's interested in collaborating, I'll send an open invitation. Please contact me, Singularity Computers, and we can do something. Will be doing, here's a little hint, Rocket Jump Ninja and I will be collaborating very soon. That's going to be awesome. He's going to be recommending me a mouse, and I'm going to be building and tuning a PC for him. So that's going to be, stay tuned for that. So there's 2 videos coming with Rocket Jump Ninja. If Singularity's Computers wants to do something, send me a message, man. I'm always open. It's just I'm so busy, I don't have time to like go chase up other things at the moment. So yeah, but definitely always keen. Building a mini RTX PC, have an R9 Nano. Ooh, okay. Lost the okay. What SUI do you recommend? 550 watt. Yeah, 550 watts should be fine. That should be about right. I'm not sure about the Nano. Nano is based on the It doesn't use as much power. It doesn't use anywhere near as much power, but yeah, 500 watts should be fine. Okay, so just wondering why you went for 87 in your personal rig and not Threadripper. Wouldn't it be better? Okay, AU Frosty, I'm going to tell you guys live. I'm going to tell you guys live a little thing that I haven't spoken about, because the live viewers, you guys obviously are keen on tech. If you're sitting here watching this live, you're pretty enthusiastic about tech. One thing I've got to talk about, and one thing that no one has really spoken about, is latency. And yes, the Ryzen 7 1700 at 4 gigahertz will have a better final render time than an 8700K, or at least it should be close, or at least it's better price performance. It will have a better final render time than an 8600K, but every single action you do, I found, this is the first thing I've found, only after a day and a half, I did render a video out on my 8700K, and I noticed it was more snappy. For instance, when I click and drag a file, for some reason it feels snappier on the 8700K rig. I do something, I multitask, I change window, I do something different, it feels faster on the 8700K. Now, if you've got even 50 to 100 actions per minute, that time that you're saving, those little microseconds, wouldn't that add up to something over the whole time of editing a 5-6 hour video? It's something I got to talk about. It's something that obviously I have to provide empirical evidence with before I do come out and make a video about it. So I will be getting out my, I think it's 1000 FPS camera, and I will be investigating that. That's something I want to do. It might be all in my head, but in the past, when I've done a lot of research with stuff like this, it hasn't been in the past. So, I mean, I haven't been wrong when I've had a gut inkling on some of these things in the past. So when we think about productivity, do we think about just final render times, just numbers, or do we look at some other things as well? And that's something I'm going to be doing. I'm going to go off on this crazy ass tangent, and I'm going to be looking at that. And yeah, I mean, I'm just going to present the results, because I guess that's what my channel in the first place was built up around, was just trial and error, testing things out and just reporting the results. And sort of, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, mining rig update. Yes, coming very soon. Mining, it'll be coming in the next month, hopefully. I've just got to get everything together. I want to know which sort of direction I'm going with. I've spoken to a few people in the field. So I think my initial video that I made a few months ago, that's looking to be right. You know, cryptocurrency isn't going anywhere. And it's a trend now that's staying, it's sticking around. So, okay. So, am I excited about Amazon Australia? Very excited. So, do you think a 4770 is bottlenecking my 6 gigabytes? So, okay. Any deals so far? Yeah, we got all the deals and descriptions. Okay, that must be likely due to Intel having better IPC, and that's why there's lower latency. It's not all about IPC though. There's so many different things to a CPU as well. I know Rison gained a lot of its instructions per cycle advantage from branch prediction. So if that's something to talk about, Rison gained a lot of its IPC gains from branch prediction. So over the initial FX series. And now I've had so many people tell me about FX CPUs versus like 3570K or 4670K, how much snappier the 4670K is. That's not in a lot of people's heads. That's like, you know, I've heard that constantly as well. So I don't really know. I'm not really going to report on anything, not really going to speculate too much until I do the empirical evidence. Could be all in my head. So, but yes, man, if you want to, Brian, to post this up on YouTube, yeah. I'll post the Q&A. I don't know, like, I don't Q&A that much, so, and this is like, yeah, people aren't really, I guess, they're coming for a deals video, and then guys are spamming about, you know, Bangkok and stuff like that, yeah, so I'm not sure if they want to see that. How good is a bronze rated power supply, blow up rating compared to gold and others? It's just a rating with power efficiency. So if you're burning 500 watts from the wall, and 80% will give your system 400 watts. Gold rated, if it's doing 90% or whatever, it'll, you know, 450 watts. So it's just a rating. It is correlated to how good the components are in a power supply, definitely. Usually if it's a titanium or a gold rated power supply, it's usually got a lot of good components in there. So it is usually correlated with the quality of the components inside. That's one thing I've found over the past. And what's my current net speed in Australia? It's terrible. It's like 10 megabits down, 1 megabit up. So this one here at the moment is like 4 down, 4 up. But the 4 up is so important for streaming. So, okay, I'm looking to upgrade. Is there a good price? Okay, my HDD is too slow. Yeah, 500 gigabyte SSD. Yeah, I've got one in the description. There's a Crucial MX300. It's really nice. Please do more Bogan videos. Yeah, Bogan videos are coming. The next one is going to be, we're changing it up. I'm just going to keep it a surprise. The next used parts hunt's going to be a surprise. You guys are going to love it too. I've been working on the accent. I've been working on it. Been practicing in my spare time. Hopefully it's going to be good. So, oh, okay. Victorious, where are you, dude? I'm so jealous of those speeds. My friend, he lives, my friend who I gave my job to in Japan, he's got 1,000 down, 1,000 up. So those speeds were incredible. And so I got a Q6600. Give me a nice CPU cooler. That would be the VTG, the air cooler. This one here, that'll be perfect for your Q6600. I'd go with that. Just make sure your motherboard's capable of handling it too. That's a power hungry CPU, man. The Q6600 was very power hungry. Is it worth upgrading to an i7 5820K? Nah, 5820K at 4.5 gigahertz is very good. Like, I wouldn't even, like, if I had a 5820K still, I wouldn't upgrade to an 8700K even. It's just, it's that good of a CPU still. It's a really good CPU. You're not like a huge, like, unless you need, like, again, unless you're a FPS whore and you need the best FPS possible, then you'll be pretty good. Any good SSD deals? Oh, I'll update the description. There is a heap of good deals. I just had to sort of cut it down into one and best deals sort of thing. But yeah, there's good deals. eBay at the moment for another couple of hours in Australia have 10% off everything. So go check out a 120 gigabyte if you're in Australia. Amazon, just go check it out. I'll update the description. But yeah, there'll be some pretty good deals. So is a mechanical keyboard worth it? Yes, definitely. So it'll be really good. Oh, sorry, I just saw the comment then. Is a Ryzen 7 1700 a bottleneck with a 1080? Also a 1700 versus 8600K for gaming. Ryzen 7 1700, like, it won't be a bottleneck. It's going to run the graphics card absolutely fine. If your graphics card is not at 100% and you've got the Ryzen 1700 on maybe 1 or 2 threads at 100%, then in that particular game, it could be a bottleneck. Of course, if you got the Ryzen 7 1700, I'd recommend overclocking it. Get a good cooler for it. Try and get it to 3.9 to 4 gigahertz. I got my Ryzen 7 to 1700 to 4 gigahertz. That was a really good chip. Keep in mind the Ryzen 7 1700 is reported to be a lower binned 1800X. Like, they actually do bin it. So yeah, 3.9 gigahertz should be doable, and you should be able to have a good time on that. So yeah, I mean, if I had that, if I had a Ryzen 7 1700 and 1080, I'd be home and hosed. Any collaboration ideas with Hardware Unboxed? Yes, Mr. Unboxed and I, we have to. I am planning to bring him onto the Tech Lounge, so that is the plan. So probably be a 3-way or something like that. But yeah, that's the idea. We're going to bring Mr. Unboxed because we do talk a lot. He is a really good friend as well, not just a colleague. So that's Steve from Hardware Unboxed. So, have you been playing? No, man, Peter, I haven't been playing on my PS Vita yet. It's so sad because I really wanted to use it, and I haven't used it yet. I feel so bad because I bought that wanting to, like, use it on planes and stuff and watch, like, movies on it, but I just never got around to it. Oh man, it's so time strapped sometimes. So. With a lot of peeps upgrading to Ryzen, would a FX 8350 be good used by? I mean, see, like, that's right there. I'm going to be honest. I would rather a P55 motherboard and an X3450 or X3470 than an 8350. That's just me. And you can get them so cheap already. So if you can get an FX8350 motherboard and the CPU for a really good price, maybe, like, honestly, I would pay about $70 max for that. As sad as it sounds, that's what I would pay, because I know I can get a P55 or a H55 motherboard and a Xeon for about that money. And so that's about the max I'd pay for it. It really wasn't a CPU that was designed that well for gaming, due to its 4 floating point units, as opposed to, yeah, so that was the FX8350. 1080 Ti for 12, I don't know how much that currency would be in dollars. I don't know if it's a good price, because I don't know how much $1 is to an Indian rupee. Is it Indian rupee? $17 EVGA bronze. Yeah, that's good. So there you go. That's it. Get those deals. i7 970 or dual Xeon. Plex. Oh, Plex media server. Okay. Would you... I thought Plex ran on... I mean, I'd just go for power efficiency, so I'd go with the i7 970. I mean, 2 E5620s, wouldn't they juice a bit of power over an i7 970? I mean, I'd just... a Plex media server shouldn't be that intense at all. You could probably run that on a dual core, yeah? Unless you wanted to encode a lot. Live transcoding, true. Got to think of this stuff. Okay. Anyway, is it the 1080 Ti worth the current generations? And gonna buy basically cheaper version of 1080 normal version. Silverine 1070 Ti and the 1080 are, yeah, they're virtually two on the same. 1080 is a little bit better. Both overclocked. The 1080 Ti is worth it if you need it. So if you can get a 1080 Ti and you need that power, which, even like I said before in the live stream, I don't need a 1080 Ti. I'm perfectly happy with a 1080. If you need the 1080 Ti, it's worth it. If you don't need it, then don't get it. So that's pretty much all it is. That's pretty much all it is. So many questions, guys. Oh, okay. Okay, collab with Greenhand Gaming. Yes, I've asked Greenhand Gaming for a collab. We will be doing it very soon. Not very soon, sorry. I've got to message him again, because he was keen to come up to the Gold Coast and we're going to do something crazy. I don't know when he would be keen to do it. Obviously, he's very busy with his studies and whatnot. So, but I have spoken to Greenham. I have met him in the past. He's a really nice guy. So yeah, I'm always open to doing collabs with other tech tubers down under, especially people, yeah, especially my fellow Aussies. Really cool, because everyone I've met so far in the Australian tech scene has been really nice. So why am I getting 30 FPS PUBG low profile Gigabyte? I wouldn't know, man. And that's a lot of people ask me about, like, how to fix up their stuttering and stuff. It's very hard when I'm halfway across the world. If I'm there and I can check everything for you real time, just start with Resource Monitor, download Afterburner, get the live profile happening where you can monitor CPUs, CPU speed, and go from there. So yeah, Tech Lounge, it would be awesome with, okay, ooh, how many questions more? UK, okay. Just imported fine. I'm sure you have a heck of a lot more than 2 coins I have. Yeah, my Elios did import fine. I got that up and running absolutely fine. I made sure. So I've got 2 drives with my Elios wallet. And so, yeah, I've got over 300 Zen coins at the moment, Zen Cash. So there's a little hint. I'm not doing Zcash for you guys out there watching. I'm doing Zen Cash. So, okay. Is it a good deal? 50? I don't know off the top of my head. Would that be $600? Yeah, it's pretty good. $600? I don't know, 12,000? Maybe? $600? Yeah, that's a really good deal for a 1080 Ti. So, when will the build off? Build off. Who do you want the build off with? Steve from Hubber and Box? Yeah, we're going to do a build off. We're going to do a build off. What's the best GPU for an X4 860K? Oh, man, in the past, I haven't really recommended that CPU because it's pretty weak. The best GPU for it would be like 1050. Like, that's what I'd go with an 860K. It's quite a weak CPU. Like, a lot of used Xeons will kick the pants out of that CPU, like just thrash it. So that's real, like that's legit. So M50X for $120. I would go with the AD700Xs that I recommended before. They're extremely good for CSGO. They're really good. I've tried them in the past. My friend had a pair. They're a legit series. Even the 500Xs for $60-something are extremely good too. Corsair Vengeance memory. I mean, at the moment, $165 is not bad. I mean, memory prices are just ridiculous. I think on Newegg there are some better deals, but Corsair memory works really well. I did have some problems, I believe, with a gigabyte motherboard, X399, but besides that, I had no compatibility problems. And they overclocked to their XMP profiles absolutely fine. 2.1 speaker deals, we'll update the description. Have a check it. Do you think current generation of consoles? I don't play consoles, guys, so I think they're good if you like consoles. They're good. I'm not into consoles at all. PC gaming is where it's at. It's always been where it's at for me since StarCraft Brood War. I started using a mouse and keyboard, absolutely loved it. After that, I can't go back to a controller and like console-based gaming. PC gaming's been way too good to me. So a lot of people make the switch. A lot of people in my generation, like maybe in your late 20s, early 30s, a lot of people like me did the same thing. I've spoken to a lot of people, and it's like, yeah, used to play console, changed over to PC, absolutely love it. So straight Amazon, it's coming very soon. That's the rumors. I don't know when they'll drop all the products on there, but yeah, it's coming very soon. I think they're going to get it ready for Christmas, so probably in the next week. Did you collaborate on Dota 2 and the new patch? Huh? Oh, Calibrate. Yeah, I'm good on Dota 2. Dota 2's new patch is pretty cool. They changed. Did they change Vengeful Spirit too? Spawning illusions now. That's crazy. What do you think of Amazon Oz being delayed? Yeah, it's good. I mean, I'd rather have Amazon launch with full stock and good prices than have them do a bodgy launch. So, all right, thanks. I'll see you, man. Yeah, I'm going to close this stream down too because I got to get ready to go out. So, last minute questions, guys. Ask them. Please answer. What can I upgrade? I have a laptop with a 5200U, 830M. My budget's $700, and my region costs $1,400 for. Okay, just send me a message, man. Send me an email. You got to send me more specs. What country you're in, what deals you got. I'll try and reply as soon as I can. Probably not tonight though. Just get the good deals. Get a GTX 1060 around $700, and maybe a Ryzen 5 1600. Stupid to upgrade to 1070 Ti. It depends on the GPU you have at the moment. But if you're using it for 4K, yeah, 4K monitor, yeah, that CPU will be absolutely fine on a 4K monitor with a 1080 Ti. Yeah, 4K is fine with a 3570K at 4.4 gigahertz. You should be okay. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes. What's your take? Personally, if I could get 16 gigabytes, I would get 16 gigabytes. Just gives you a bit of flexibility. Obviously, you don't have to worry about the future. So, Kev, Tech Showdown, keep yourself protected. Yeah, man, I always keep it clean. Don't worry. So, any deals on Fire CUDA drives? No, couldn't find any. There might be one for $75. I thought I saw one. So what you got here is like the real hot deals. So hot deals that you won't usually find that often. So mind you, I've found some much better deals over the past week or so. So anyway, I mean, yeah, the past week's been actually really good. Like, just if you see a good deal, just jump on it. So that's it. These are just some deals that I've whipped up together. So okay, so I'm going to start closing this stream down, guys. So I love chatting with y'all, but I got to get going. So it's been awesome. So is it worth upgrading to a Ryzen 5? Yes, definitely yes. Ryzen 5 1200 is a lot better than an A8. Okay, can you run different RAM modules as long as they're the same voltage and speed? Yeah, you can. You can sort of run two 4 gigabyte modules together for 8 gigabytes and run them in dual channel. They'll just run at the JDEX standard. Then from there you'll overclock, and that's up to you. Sometimes you can actually lock in one XMP profile, copy it down to another, and it will work depending on the memory stick. Anyway, guys, I will catch you in another tech video very soon. And also, stay tuned for the Galax OC event. They flew me out here, and they provided a hotel and stuff. And with that, I was able to get that used Thailand parts hunt deal done for you guys. So, big thanks to Galax for sending us out here too. So, I'll catch you guys in another video. And yeah, just thanks for tuning in, guys. Absolutely love all of you. Yeah, gonna go out tonight, Route 66. If you guys are in Thailand, come check it out. I'll make a tweet as well, Facebook, bang. Let's go out and have a bit of fun. Why not? Feeling great. So anyway, we'll see. I'll catch you guys next time, okay? Peace out for now. Bye.